Hello and welcome back to Let's Play Deadfire with me, Bring It On. Let's head back to Dunnage and speak to Ferrante real quick. We'll take out any slaver ships we see as we go. Let's get our worms out. We'll send a day around the flank as we always do. Then Maya after the weather wizard.
Right between the eyes.
Of course.
Good job, guys. Make sure Maya and Ashiza are attacking the same target.
Hands to yourself.
Let's go. Something I can do? Here we go. See.
That poor guy just disappeared in a cloud of smoke. Of course, we sunk that one ship right in front of Kirkspur so they could all see the fate that awaits them. Of course, they'll just let us dock there again. We can wipe out the whole island. And look at Constantine go. He's so fast.
That must hurt.
Good job, guys.
I am ready.
Oh, he doesn't have a weapon equipped. I know he has one. But I guess he's using his first weapon set, not his second.
Let's go. Not happening.
Go with Ixion.
Or maybe I have to manually select which one he has equipped. He won't swap weapons by himself. I forgot he had this armor on. I take that off of him because this will come in handy when we fight the Hellfire Colossus. I think we give him this instead. So there's a slaver ship behind us. I'm not going to circle back to get them. If they're in front of us, we'll sink them, but we do have to make it to Dunwich. Considering how many ships go in and out of Crookspur, we never leave. That's a cool looking area.
Sure thing. What can I do you for?
Castell warned me you would come, but he did not indicate how much he'd have briefed you in advance.
The captain straightens the frilled cuffs of his sleeves, ready to get down to business. I'm not at liberty to say.
Then, surely you refer to that matter, eh? You can assure Castell that I would have handled it in due time. I've simply been tied up with other matters.
A frown tugs at the corners of his mouth, and he strokes a thumb thoughtfully along the curved grip of his flintlock.
However,
And then he smiles, sharply and without any warmth.
if you were to handle this small matter for the both of us, I would see to your reward, personally.
Shrug.
Oh yes, assuredly. You are one of Castell's.
His smile widens, a bit devious, a lot knowing.
You're to go to Crookspur and speak with a Master Kua. He runs the island. Hand me your map, and I'll mark Crookspur's location. I trust that Castell has already pressed upon you the need for discretion regarding this matter. Don't
He snatches the map from your hands.
answer that.
After scrawling a black X, he hands the map back and turns away without another word. Pallegina had nothing to say.
Ado, and how is the sea treating you, Watcher?
This sword was Ravan's, so he is charged with protecting it.
Yet by some means you have acquired it. How remarkable. Ah, I know these symbols.
As Ferrante examines the sword, he sucks in a sharp breath.
This is the Burning Palace, see? The symbol represents the Dokotsi family, which means you are in possession of the royal sword of Gran Vaelia, the Engoliero do Esbirs, ac?
His face flushes with excitement, and he endeavors to unsheath the sword, arms trembling from the effort. At last, a stab of dismay cuts across his face.
Merle, but it appears to be sealed tight. Perhaps we might use this to bargain with Rivan, should we ever chance a meeting with her.
Almost reluctantly, he hands it back to you.
Come, let us share a fine conversation. Ak had good tides.
Happy to oblige. All right.
Swim by the king's coffin and rest up, and then sail for Nekataka, so we can turn in the bounty that we have.
What can I do for you? What do you want?
You received an important missive from Captain Aldis. I did click read, right? Okay, looks like we got a second copy of the wine and blood splattered letter. Because we spoke to Ferrante about Crookspur a second time. Also, I noticed we had these void shards in our inventory. What if something we can do with those that I missed? Before we get there, where do I need to go? The Sacred Stair.
All right. Could I have a moment of your time?
Of course.
I know someone who works in this tower. An animancer named Giacomo. I'd like to see him if we could.
I don't see why not.
Agrasima. It should not take long. I have not seen him in many years, and I wanted to thank him.
You feeling all right, Pallegina? You sure you don't mean yell at him?
When I was a girl, he visited me in the academy. He was studying godlike. Studying what was in our souls that made us different from other Keith. He found something in me. Something that resonated like a chime when he held an instrument near me. He said it was like this for all godlike. Different chimes resonating for different types.
Tap your chest. Sounds familiar.
But you are not godlike.
She narrows her eyes and twists her lips as she considers your meaning. It's something Bareth gave me when I was in the Beyond. She scrutinizes you, trying to determine your meaning. After a pause, she nods and continues.
In any case, he told me it was what was causing my body to change. I begged him to remove it. He refused at first, saying it was impossible. When I told him I would kill myself if he didn't, he said he would try.
No one should ever be driven to that. Least of all a little girl.
For once, Jody looks contrite. Rubbing at the back of her neck, she frowns.
I don't expect you to understand, but I was 12. My body was changing in many ways. Being the only girl, the only godlike girl at the academy, was unbearable.
You don't have to justify anything to me, Pallegina.
Agrasima.
He smiles warmly at you, yet we don't gain any reputation for that.
Giacomo was not able to remove the chime, but he was able to sever it. When it happened, I blacked out. I did not wake for 2 weeks. The Brotherhood ejected him from the academy for ruining their pet godlike. They assumed I would die. I did not. Over time, I lost most of my feathers. The shape of my nose changed. It was not enough to make me fully Galbandra, but it was enough to keep me from wanting to die. When I looked in a mirror, what I saw was not a godlike, not something to be paraded around. It was me. Finally, me.
I'm glad someone was able to help you. She smiles warmly and breathes deeply.
Jacquelot saved me. Without his help, I would be dead now. Thank you for understanding. If we can speak to him for a moment in the tower, I would be grateful.
I guess we haven't explored most of Neketaka with Pallegina,
Watcher, if you have a moment, I'd like to tell you something.
because we didn't get her till we got to Serpent's Crown, and that was the last place that we explored.
I appreciate that you have been helping me, helping the Republics. I know that you have an important purpose in the Deadfire, and that purpose is not the same as ours. Still, I hope you can see the potential the Republics have to do good here.
There is potential, yes, but the situation is complicated, since they are working with slavers.
Quite. But I trust you will continue to support us in the future.
She smiles and nods faintly to you, but a whisper of suspicion twitches into the corner of her mouth.
Corres.
Yeah, well,
Sure thing.
I wasn't against them until I found out that Castle was working with slavers. I had to pick one of the two merchant powers.
I dare you to go inside.
No!
It's probably the
Piccolo
Royal
will
Deadfire
eat
Company.
me.
I don't really care for them either. I don't remember where Otora's at. Oh, or sorry, Okaro.
Hunter, do you come to serve your coin bond?
Okaro folds her arms and studies you. Give Dwarga's head. One dead ascetic for you.
Then our clients have transmuted gold into justice.
She inclines her head as she passes you a heavy pouch of coins. Yeah, 5,000 copper.
You have proven to me that you know the value of a coin bond. There is more work for you, if you'll have it.
What bounties do you have available?
Anadire the Siren haunts the rocky shore and steers ships to a watery grave. The surviving crews of a dozen vessels have rallied their coin against her.
She holds a pyre up to the sky and admires how it catches the light.
She can be found in the western isles of the great Kua Urakuhu chain.
Give Onadire's head. Sailors can rest easy. For now.
Your coin bond has muffled a killing song. Excellent work.
She claps your hand in hers as she passes you a pouch. Only 2,500 for that one.
We are not finished. Your bond is needed again, and if your purse has room, we may help each other.
She raises her brow and waits. What bounties do you have available?
Ikorno, a wizard of great cunning, slays Mataru warriors in single combat. Some accuse him of being an agent of Rawatai. They have forged a coin bond to see him killed.
A pair of coins sit on her palm. When she passes her other hand over them, only one remains.
A waste of money. If he was one of our agents, he wouldn't have gotten caught.
It is not for us to say what is right or true, only to keep our vows. Ikorno pages through his grimoire in the central aisles of the Kua Urakuhu chain.
Give her Corno's head. I brought justice to the wizard.
Imagine what we could make of these isles if more Hawana knew how to use coin as a weapon.
She tucks the severed head under her shoulder and nods, passing you a pouch of coin.
Our work is almost finished. Your bond nearly exhausted, I say.
What bounties do you have available?
The Rathun warlord Yaroza Gabrant has been terrorizing merchant ships across the archipelago. He seems to think that the islands require his protection.
Did she say Yurizaka? It did not sound like she said it Ernox, I don't think. She sets pyres in the gaps between each of her splayed fingers and admires the effect.
He was last seen taking shelter on an island in the southern midpoint of Magran's Teeth. The coin does not wish him to stifle trade. Enemies have bonded their funds to see this monster slain.
Give Ernox's head. His flames have been extinguished.
There is great power in a promise kept, and great rewards.
Makaro hefts a mighty sack of coins, and deposits in your arms without hesitation.
You have served your coin bond with distinction. Go and line your pockets with riches exchanged for promises fulfilled. I will do the same.
Makaro inclines her head and touches her brow. Nice doing business with you, Akaro.
Happy to oblige.
Let's go speak to,
Supplies! Get your supplies here!
Pallegina's acquaintance. First, let's sell some stuff.
All my profits go toward keeping the machines in order. Well, they keep us fed, and we fix the machines.
Why is this in brackets?
Have a look.
Oh, he has ingredients. We definitely got a little bit more than sidetracked, but
All right.
it has worked in our favor.
Hope you're keeping busy, Watcher. We're still running some small tests. Not quite ready for the real thing. What can I do for you?
We're looking for an animancer named Giacomo.
Giacomo? Ak, I know him. He has a little laboratory for himself down in the gullet. His specialty is godlike. Claims he can detect them in the womb.
She spreads her hands theatrically. Her expression never changes.
Giacomo rents a room in Ecosi, the Hole, which is that grimy tavern down below. Why he seeks to bury himself, you will have to ask him yourself. Not many animancers down there, so he should be easy to find, if they haven't stolen all his equipment. Or at Ogori.
I'll be on my way. Oh, Maya leveled up. Stealth and survival. We'll grab... Oh, we get a point in each. So I think these are all new. So Thorny Roots adds nasty thorns that deal pierce and slash damage. Furious Call. It's each enemy between the ranger and the animal companion, dealing damage and knocking them prone. Deadly Surprise. Afterwards, the animal companion gains a large damage bonus on their next attack. Superior Camouflage. The ranger and their companion each get a deflection bonus against ranged attacks. And all the Empower bonuses. We're gonna grab Superior Camouflage. And for this... I guess Death Blows. What's this other one? You know what? Let's grab Coordinated Positioning instead. Well, shucks. No, let's get Death Blows. Just focus purely on damage. Also, how's our shield coming along? 27 out of 100.
Yeah. Sure thing.
See? Boss was right. We found it.
By the cursed seas, I'll throw you down there myself if you do not hush right now.
Alright, roll it a bit. This is his room.
Oh no. This does not look good.
Pallegina surveys the damage to the room, eyes wide.
Why would someone do this to Giacolo's work? I thought animancers was safe here in the Deadfire.
Well, no one's really safe in the rough part of town.
Even in a place this vile, someone must have heard or seen something. We should ask the owner if they know what happened.
Option 3. Sigh obnoxiously. I knew this wasn't going to be a few minutes. Of course. We'll find Giacolo. Don't worry.
I hope so. Agrasima.
Happy to. I hear you.
Okay, let's check with Lord Darren's Volge as well. 17 out of 30. Making
Happy
good
to
progress
oblige.
there.
Need something?
What happened to Giacolo? His room is a mess.
Can't say I know a Giacolo, fresh face, but if you're meaning that guy with all the fancy and a schmancy equipment, bunch of pirates burst in here and dragged him right out. Now, the hole's no high society tea house, but that's still some of the weirdest shit I ever seen go down here. See, the pirates, every one of them was godlike. No doubt they hauled him through the Narrows. Heard him hollering the whole way. Poor guy.
So I'm guessing they weren't happy with his experiments. Or maybe what they did to Pallegina?
Yeah.
Seems like a lot of godlike have a decent relationship with their patron gods. In fact, Takehu might be an interesting one to have with us. It's not recommended.
Yeah, right.
The body of this moon godlike woman is contorted in a death spasm. Her mouth is open, milky eyes staring, frozen in shock. Dressed in Principe leathers, she appears to have been a pirate. A small, intricate bronze and Audra device lies next to her. Her hand, cracked and blackened. Her soul lingers close by. Even without reaching out to it, you can sense her confusion. Read her soul. The captain said to bring him, so you're bringing him. The old man hardly seems like a threat, but you trust the captain's judgment. The animancer didn't want to go, put up as much of a fight as he could. Nadra said to give him a whack, so you gave him a whack. That shut him up, but carrying the old sack of bones is tiring. Just need to get him on the ship, You can get some rest. You're in Delver's Row, passing through the market when he starts to come to. He's not strong enough to break free. Still, you didn't think a wiry old animancer could squirm so much. Per net, yells out to no one in particular. It's Delver's Row, so no one particularly cares. Ahead of you, Nodder's calling out for the old man to shut up. You have time enough to plead for mercy from Captain Tatzadal once we get to Dunwich. The Death Godlike's twin sister nods to you. You get the message. It's time for the animancer to go back to sleep. You remove a hand from the old man to grab your club. He's weak, but the squirming is irritating. Wait, what's that odd little thing in his hand? I'll take that if you don't mind, and especially if you do. You laugh to yourself as you reach for it. The old man starts to stammer. No, duh. Nodder and Nadra have already knocked the old man out. You move to help carry him, but can't seem to get your arms up. The twins are looking at something on the ground. You've always hated how you can't see their eyes. Captain says not to judge them. After all, what do you want to be judged for how you look? Certainly not, Captain. Good point as always, Captain. You follow where their heads are pointing. That's you on the ground, mouth open, eyes open. That weird little device smoldering next to your hand. That can't be right, though. You're here. The twins turn to go. They motion to the others to hurry along. You'll catch up. You just need to figure out how to move your arms.
What is it? What did you see?
A group of godlike pirates took Giacomo to Dunwich.
Madiko. Giacomo abducted by godlike pirates. But why? He has always done his best to help my kind. Watcher, I have asked much of you already. But if you can find time to go to Dunwich to find this Captain Tatzadal, it would mean a great deal to me. It did not sound as though he was in imminent danger. But I fear what they will do to him.
Are you sure Giacomo didn't have enemies?
Not in the Republics. I can't think of why godlike, of all kith, would have any reason to take him. Something strange is going on here. Perhaps it has something to do with his research. I am sure we will find out when we find Captain Tatzadal.
Swinging her lantern softly, Jody lures the soul into its depths.
Yeah, sure.
Well, that's unfortunate. We were just at Dunwich. Well, guess we'll head back there next time when we knock out Pallegina's quest. But for now, thanks for watching, and I hope to see you guys in the next one.